10 bizarre facts about Jesus. You heard of Jesus, but how well do you really know him? Today, we are diving into 10 bizarre facts about Jesus that you probably didn't hear in Sunday school. Some are historical, some are biblical, some are just plain unexpected. Let's get into it. First one, Jesus didn't have a last name. He wasn't Mr. Christ. In ancient Jewish culture, people didn't use last names like we do today. Jesus would be called Yeshua of Nazareth or Jesus, son of Joseph in Aramaic. That's Yeshua by Joseph. Christ isn't his last name. It's a title that means anointed one or Messiah. Fact number 2. Jesus spoke Aramaic, not Hebrew. A lot of people assume Jesus spoke Hebrew, but that wasn't the common language at the time. Jesus mostly spoke Aramaic, a dialect used in every Galilean life. Even Pope Francis once corrected the Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu, reminding him that Jesus spoke Aramaic, not Hebrew. Fact number 3. Jesus wasn't white or blonde. Let's be real, most Western images of Jesus are far from accurate. He was a Middle Eastern man with likely olive-toned skin, dark eyes and dark hair, not blue eyes and light skin. He looked like a typical Galilean, not a European painting. Fact number 4. Jesus was homeless during his ministry. Jesus didn't own a house during his years of teaching. He told his followers, "Foxes have dens, birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." He lived simply, walking from town to town, relying on hospitality. Fact number 5. He slept during a storm. Once during a storm on the Sea of Galilee, Jesus literally fell asleep in a boat while his disciples panicked. Imagine sleeping through crashing waves and wind. That's next level peace or exhaustion or both. He then woke up and calmed the storm with his voice. Fact number 6. Jesus could write, but we don't have any of his writings. Jesus was literate. He read scrolls and once wrote in the dust during the confrontation. John chapter 8 verse 6. But we don't have a single scroll, note or letter that he personally wrote. Everything we know about him comes from what others wrote down. Fact number 7. Jesus had cousins often referred as to brothers. The Bible names James, Joseph, Judas, and Simon as Jesus' brothers and mentioned unnamed sisters. But here's the twist. In the original language, the word used, adelopoi, can mean cousins, step-siblings, or close kin. Many early Christian traditions, especially Catholic and Orthodox, teach that Jesus didn't have biological siblings. These were likely his relatives or cousins, possibly from Mary's extended family. He wasn't alone, he grew up surrounded by a family. Fact number 8. Jesus had a sharp sense of humor. Jesus used wit, irony, and exaggeration to make a point. Ever heard the line about the guy with a log in his eye judging someone with a speck? That's biblical sarcasm. Sharp, punchy, and memorable. Fact number 9. Jesus was poor but received gold as a baby. The Magi gave him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh, expensive symbols of royalty and sacrifice. But later, his family offered the poor person's sacrifice at the temple. 2 doves. He lived humbly, even though he was born like a king. Fact number 10. His first miracle was at a wedding party. Jesus' first miracle wasn't preaching or healing. It was turning water into wine at wedding in Cana. And it wasn't average wine. The guests said it was the best. He honored celebration, joy, and hospitality, even in the small human moments. So, Jesus was full of surprises. He was divine, but also deeply human. He walked dusty roads, spoke in local slang, laughed, cried, taught, challenged, and comforted. These facts might be bizarre, but they help us see the real Jesus, the one who still speaks today.